Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Gardening Talks featuring prtvyas. Today, we will be answering some very basic questions on succulents. And to answer them for us, we have Mrs. Prtvyas joining us today. Hello, Preeti. How are you?
Hi Zara, I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the Gardening Talks with Tyos.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been pleasure to have with you and for a good talk, for the gardening talks and all. It's really nice.
Yes, we are pleased to have you also with us today.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Preeti is, she has a very keen interest in succulents. She loves them very much, and as we can see around her, she has a nice collection of succulents. So, she's recently started her own Instagram account for the succulents, and where she'll be sharing more about them. So, you can follow her on her account. It's called prtvyas. The link is in the description box below. So, Preeti, before we start with the questions for today, can you please tell us a little about your background, about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Preeti Vyas, and by profession, I am a training consultant, and I served various corporates, good companies, for 16 to 17 years in HR and the training field. Recently, I have shifted to other place, as you can say, from a big house to a flat. But I couldn't give up my my passion, my interest for plants and especially for succulents. So once again, I started my journey with a small, garden in my flat and growing my succulents, taking care of my succulents, and spending good time. Yes, of course, a quality time with them.
Amazing. Wherever we go, if we have plants with us, it's like having a company.
Exactly.
So, okay. So, let's take our first question for today. How to grow succulents at home?
Yeah. So first, we start, with succulents. Like when we talk about succulents, in a very simple term, when we define succulent, like succulents are the plants who have a fleshy leaves, who have the capacity to store water in their leaf or in their stem or in their roots. Those are the succulents. And one more very important thing, when we talk about succulents, like people normally get confused between cactus and succulents. So here I just want to clear one thing, like all the cactus are succulent, but not necessarily all the succulents are the cactus. So yes, of course, they have a good capacity to store water for a longer duration. And as I told you, like, growing succulent in your house is very easy. So today, I just want to share my few of the experiences and the process how you can grow the succulents at your home. And even like if you have a small space, like a small balcony or a small window, there also you can grow your succulents, because succulents just require good amount of sunlight. Not necessarily if you don't have a direct sunlight. Yes, the indirect sunlight is also good for the succulent to grow. So keeping the succulents towards the window side where they get good amount of light is good for them to grow. So now let me start with this. Like, as you can see, few of my collection, and you can see like my succulents, which I've already grown in my drawing room area where I have a good sunlight. So first of all, when you are thinking of growing succulent at your home, just first choose the best type of succulents, because as I told you, like there are if I say there are more than 70 more than 70, 75 types of succulents we have in the market, but we have to choose the right type of succulent for our home, especially when we have a very limited space. So I just suggest for a house or a flat, just start with aloe vera, the snake plant, and the jet plants, as you can see. So these are the three plants, you can grow very easily at your home. They require very less maintenance. And yes, of course, once in a week, if you give them the water, yes, they can sustain for a longer duration. So of course, when you think about to growing succulent at your home, just start with the right type of succulent, which require very low maintenance. The second very important point about the pots or the container, right? The container in which you want to grow your succulent must have these kind of the holes, uh, because many people they do like for the decoration purpose, or some if they find good designer containers at their home, they just think about, yeah, let's put the plant in there. Yes, you can put, but initially when you are growing succulents, the proper drainage is very much required. As I told you, succulents already have the capacity to store water in their leaf, in their stems, in their roots. So without proper drainage holes, they might get rot very easily, very quickly. As I can show you here, you can see the roots have already become, it's because I put that the small tiny succulent in a very deep container, and I just forget, to remove from that container. You can see the roots have already become rot. So there is no possibility to bring it back, to the normal. So the second important point is to choose the right container. The third important point is the soil or the medium in which you want to grow the succulents. So the important thing is, as you can see that these are the tiny, succulents coming out from the baby, the mother succulents. So the very important thing is to choose the right type of soil. I suggest who are the to the beginners, like just use the cocopeat. Many I've heard from many sites, and from many experts and all, like the cocopeat are not very much friendly with the succulents, but it is my personal experience. Yes, of course, cocopeat is the good medium to grow succulents initially. After that, when the babies come out from the mother, you have to repot them, you have to transfer them in a big container, where you can use these type of, you can use the builder's sand, or the small rocks, mixture of succulents that is very much easily available online or at any nursery. You can easily get that. The four and very important point is to place them at the right place. As I told you, 5 to 6 hours of sunlight is must for a healthy succulents. So just try to place your succulent. If you don't have a open space or a good space, just try to place them at a window area so that they can get good sunlight at least for 5 to 6 hours. So these are the main points which you have to keep in your mind to take care of your succulents initially. And yes, of course, the water part. Okay, so what we normally do, we use this type of spray, to keep the leaves and everything clean from the dirt and everything. I just suggest, please do not use the spray, especially in the case of succulent. Just if you see any kind of a dirt or anything, just remove from the leaves in this manner with a good brush, a soft brush, and just water all the succulents once in a week. Or if you see the dryness above the surface of the scent, just give them 2 times the water twice in the week. But giving them a regular water, it's not required, as they already have good amount of water in their stems, leaves, and in their roots. So these are the four important points which you need to take care while growing the succulent at your home.
Okay, thank you so much for the detailed explanation. Okay, let's move on to our next question. How to grow succulents from leaves?
Okay, fine. So, growing succulents from leaf, yes, of course, it's a task with full of patience. Because, as I've already shown you, these are the tiny small leaves coming out from the mother leaf. So,
Mm-hmm.
what you need to do is, whenever you are planning to grow succulent from leaf, just first a very important point is to choose the right healthy plant from
Mm-hmm.
where you can pick the right kind of a leaf. As you can see, so this is the plant, this is the main succulent, uh, from where I will pick one leaf. And while picking one leaf, just pick from the bottom side.
Okay.
Do not turn with a very, harshly or with a heavy hand. Just turn in a very gently and soft manner. As you
Okay.
can
It will
see,
come off easily.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And after pricking that leaf, just place that leaf at least for a week, or in case if you are living in a very hot place, just 3 to 4 days, just like that, just leave it. Why?
Okay.
Why the point is, when we prick the leaf, you can see a little tiny wound. So
Hmm.
it required 3 to 4 days just to heal up that wound. Right. So once this
Okay.
area
Yeah.
will once again will cover up, automatically you can see tiny little leaves are coming out from the mother leaf. So very
Okay.
importantly, do not go hasty while picking up the leaves and just placing the leaves on the bed of the cocopeat or the succulent mixture, and just wait why my leaves are not coming, why it is not propagating or not coming out. Just have patience, because
Okay.
in succulents, especially, the main mantra for succulents is just the patience. You have to keep
Okay.
a good amount of patience.
Okay. So, in how
So,
many days can we expect the leaves to come, the new leaves to be born, baby leaves?
okay. So, Zara, it depends on the weather. Like
Okay.
the most suitable weather to propagate the succulents from the leaf is just after the rainy season. When the rainy season gets over, that is the
Okay.
perfect weather. When you get a kind of a little bit of hot temperature, the sun is coming, but the cold weather is there. So the perfect time to for the propagation of leaf is, one is the after just after the rainy season. The second is, uh, you can say it's during the March or April, February, March or April.
Okay.
This is the perfect timing for to get for the propagation. But as you asked the question, like the uh, like we need to wait for 1 week to 15 days to get you know to get the leaves from the mother plant.
Okay. So, this time of the year is the perfect time for propagating the leaves.
Yes, yes, especially for
Oh,
the succulent.
okay. Okay, let's move on to our next question. How to grow succulents indoors? Yeah,
Okay.
just like you said, if you don't have much space.
Yeah, yeah. So as I told you, like I started my journey of growing succulent from a very big open space to now from a closed one place with a tiny, the small balcony. But
Uh-huh.
yes, of course, the most important point to grow succulent indoor is, once again, I just suggest the proper sunlight.
Okay.
Uh, right. Because as I told already told you, that succulent is full of water. It's a fleshy things. So to get good healthy succulent, proper sunlight is very much required. As I told you, like not necessarily the direct sunlight. If you have indirect sunlight, like placing the succulents near to the window, where you can get at least 3 to 4 hours of sunlight, that will be good for a succulents to grow in a well. So this is the one thing. Second thing, very importantly, as I already explained, please choose the right container to grow the succulents indoor. Again, a container which have a good number of holes to allow the extra water come out from the plant, because succulents really don't require overwater or actually a damp kind of a situation where they get easily they get rot, because as I already showed, like this is the thing, when we give them overwater, when we overwater them, it gets rot very easily. So one is the sunlight, second is the proper container, third again, as I told you, like it's a right medium to grow. You can use cocopeat. If you don't get cocopeat, very easily you can get the builder's sand
Mm-hmm.
to any of the near of the place. Or even if you don't get the builder's sand, just collect these type of tiny little stones. Just mix
Mm-hmm.
them with a little amount of soil, and
Okay.
you can use thermocol pieces, just a tiny thermocol piece,
Mm-hmm.
and all-purpose fertilizer. Just mix them all. Do not
Okay.
use vermicompost initially. Do not
Okay.
use any kind of the urea, any kind of a medicine kind of a which have a medicine base. Do not use initially. Yes, of course they will be required afterward, but not at the initial stage. So
Okay.
easy, you can get the mixture or the medium to grow the succulents at your home. You can make by yourself also.
Okay. Okay, that was very, perfectly explained. Okay, let's take the next question. How can we grow cactus and succulents from seeds?
Okay. So once again, the mantra is patience.
Okay.
Yes, all the lovers, all the succulent lovers and the cactus lovers, they can understand. Yes, the patience is very much required in these type of tiny little beautiful plants, because they require. Yes, of course, they are low maintenance plant, but they grow by their own pace.
Yeah, they take
Right,
their own time. Yeah.
right. So, okay, growing succulent from seeds, or the cacti from the seeds. As you can see, I have a pack of seeds. You know, they are very tiny seeds, very tiny, that you cannot see like this. It's just a small you can see. So now the important thing, take one tissue paper in this way, and just damp it a very with a little water. When
Okay.
the tissue paper gets damp, just place, or you can just sprinkle a few little seeds over the tissue paper. Why
Okay.
we are using why we are using the tissue paper initially? Because as I already told you, कि these are very tiny little seeds. It's very difficult to hold with your fingers. So
Okay.
the best way to place the seeds from the tissue to the
Soil.
bed of, yes. So the best way is just to pick with the toothpick in this manner. Just take one by one and just place very gently over the bed of the medium, or in the tray where you want to grow the succulents and the cacti. The
Okay.
second important point after this, second important point, don't please avoid the overwater. Even please do not use this type of sprays
Okay.
initially. So what is the best way to give them water? As I already told you, cocoa peat for growing succulents and the cactus from seeds, the cocoa peat is the best medium for this process. In
Okay.
many other process, yes, many experts don't recommend the cocoa peat, but in this process where we are growing the cactus and the succulents from seed, cocoa peat will help you a lot. Why it is? Because cocoa peat has the capacity to store the water and
Yes.
to retain the water for a longer period. So you
Mm-hmm.
need not to worry, or you need not to be in a hurry to water these seeds or the succulent very frequently.
Yeah.
Just leave them. Just allow them to get good sunlight, good dry weather, so that they can germinate. They can come out from the seed. The second very important point, please do not place the container where you get strong winds, or the where you get good kind of what should I say, like windy weather. You have to take care to just keep them avoid from the windy weathers, because
Okay.
as I told you, these are very tiny seeds. It will
Mm-hmm.
be flew up very easily with in a heavy wind. And
Okay.
even birds can also come and can eat them and can so just avoid open space. But yes, sunlight is very much required in an initial stage. So these are the few things that we need to take care. And the important point to get the succulents and the cacti from the seeds is, of course, as I told you, avoid fertilizer or any kind of a chemical initially. But yes, later on, when you can see the little babies or the tiny babies coming out from the seeds, yes, of course, the all-purpose fertilizer, which you can get online or from any of the nurseries, please, with the help of a spoon, just sprinkle a little over the surface or the near the uh, babies from that are coming from, because at
Okay.
this stage, if you fertilize them properly, they will grow in a healthy manner, and they will be you can get a very bright plants, because this is the
Mm-hmm.
right stage where you have to give them a proper food to grow.
Okay. So, as you mentioned that these seeds have to be just kept on the surface, not like other plants that they need to be embedded in the soil, buried in the soil.
Yeah,
These
of
seeds are
course.
just kept on the surface.
Just kept on the surface, or a
Okay.
little bit you put, when you just kept these seeds on the surface, just gently shake that container or the tray, so that the cocoa peat or the mixture, succulent mixture or the cacti mixture can you know uh, uh, can cover those seeds a little bit with a tiny layer, not a very
Okay.
deeper.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise it will be, as you can see, like these are very tiny. So if
Hmm.
we saw them in a in a deeper surface or area, it will take, no, it will not be suggested at all.
Okay. And any care to be taken, you have to place them at so much distance.
So yes, of course, first of all, just use a proper square or a round tray.
Okay.
The depth of the tray or the bed, which we can call that, the depth of that bed or the tray should not be more than 2 inches,
Okay.
because the more it will be deeper, you need to fill that tray with more of the cocoa pit, with more of the mixture, with more
Yes.
of the soil, with more. So it will not be helpful to germinate the seeds so quickly and easily. So
Okay.
just take a proper tray or a container, place the seeds with the help of toothpick, or even if you sprinkle the seeds over the bed, just place them the seeds like in this manner. Just keep them like one by one, and just try to place in a manner that you can easily see that there is a proper place in case if the babies come out from the seeds, they can grow well. In a
Okay.
simple term, we can say 1 inch or half of the inch is perfectly fine to
Enough.
place the seeds over the bed.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, the last question for today is how to take care of succulents indoors.
Okay, so it's again I say they are the very sweet and the friendly plant. They don't require much of the maintenance. Those who are office going, but have a good interest, and those who are the succulents lover, they can easily keep these tiny little plants at their home. Just the one thing, again, just place the succulent at the right direction near to the window where they can get good sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Do not give them regular water. Just avoid the give them the regular water. Just need not to
Okay.
worry about to give them the water on the regular basis. Twice in a week, once in a week, 15 days in a week, perfectly fine. Best kind of a succulent to grow inside is first of the jade plant. Jade is
Mm-hmm.
very low maintenance, easy to grow, and a very beautiful plant you can grow. The
Yes.
second one is the snake plant. The third one is this pencil cactus, you can say. And those
Okay.
who have good space and can keep the plant near to the window where they can they get good direct sunlight. They can also keep the adeniums also. Yes, adenium is a family of succulent, and you can keep them indoor as well. Very
Okay.
important thing, do not place them near to the or directly in the contact of AC, air
Oh,
conditioning.
okay. These
Right.
plants require warmth, not cooler temperatures. They require a little
No,
warm
no, not
temperature.
exactly the cooler temperature. Yes, but again, I can say like for the decor purpose, or you can say the plants like the as I told you, like the snake plant or the
Hmm.
aloe vera, who have a very don't require much of the maintenance. Yes, you can
Yeah.
keep inside in a good with a air conditioned kind of a temperature. But as I suggest you for this black rose prince and other echeverias and all, they required at least good amount of sunlight. So
Okay.
please avoid them to keep them in direct ACs,
Uh-huh.
in the very cold temperature. And very importantly, in case if you place them indoors, once in a 15-day, once in a month, just take them out, place them in a good sunlight, bring them back, and you can place anywhere you could. So
Oh, okay.
they can get their food and can survive for the next visit, next outside visit.
Okay. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Preeti, for answering all the questions in detail and explaining so well
Thank
about
you.
the succulents from starting till end to care. I'm sure
Thank
everybody
you.
watching us must have loved the session.
Thank you so much, Jaira, for having me in this talk for the succulents. And really, it's a message to all for those who have a good interest or the hobby to keep plants. Succulents are the best babies. You can take care very easily,
Yeah.
and they look very beautiful for indoor
Yes.
decoration.
Yes, absolutely. So, once again, thank you everyone for watching us today, joining us today for this session. And thank you, Preeti, once again for your wonderful explanation. And I would like to repeat please follow Preeti's Instagram page, that is prtvyas. The link is in the description box below. She'll be sharing more about succulents, more helpful tips, and more knowledge about how to grow and how to take care of them over there. If you want to connect with her personally, you can connect on her Instagram page, and she'll be more than happy to help you. So on this
Perfect.
note, we'll take a leave. Thank you so much, Preeti, once again for joining us, for
Thank
giving
you.
us your valuable time.
Thank you, Zara. Thank you so much for having me in this workshop. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Take
Okay,
care.
see
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.